Okay, it's Sunday, and I kind of, how do I put it? Um, Working on computer all the time really fries my eyeballs. So I decided today to give my eyes a rest and work on a design that's been getting loud in my head. I just wanted to see if I could knock something together and figure out some of the problems that are going to happen with it, because I think this piece, if I, let's tip it this way and I can hold it a little further back, it's a little she just threw up. It's a corner corner piece that would be of course in the corner of a room. So these sorts of things you'll see in dining rooms, and I think it needs like a little decorative kind of top with like a little finial or something. And I wanted to see if I could knock something like this together. I had a couple of different ideas for it. Let me reach over here. Some sketches that I had worked on. Let's see. This one was the last one. I put it here. That I had started, just, it's an idea that's been around for a while, but I was thinking about how many shelves do I want in it. How am I going to do drawers? Do I want to do a cabinet? I really would like to do one with a cabinet, or drawers on bottom and cabinet on top with like little plastic doors that would be like glass. Also ideas for how could I do these supports if I didn't want to do them in the just knocked a bunch of stuff down. The board that I make with cartons, cartons and paper. So I was trying to figure out, what would those pieces look like? How would I design the drawers? How tall do I want it to be? And you can see here, even if it's like this is the dining room, I'm imagining them being in a dining room. And if they were in a bedroom, I would think that it would be maybe one, and with a bookshelf, or so I don't know. I'm just I'm just messing around. So this morning I did some really quick sketches, and I kind of like this idea with one drawer or maybe two small drawers. I think the one is better with two, because when I was looking at this piece, I think I need to remove one of these. I think it just needs to be one additional shelf in there. And you can tell here, when I was gluing this together, I kind of got it off a little bit. It like came over too far on this side, and there's some problems here. But I really wanted to make sure that it was feasible, and I think it still is feasible. I had some maths to work out here that I really didn't do really well, because you can see here I put 6 millimeters here. Ooh, that's wrong. It needs to be 8. If this is going to be a 45-degree angle, then, or a 90-degree angle, then this needs to be 8.4, 8.5, something like that. So, I mean, I can, if I had a corner that was, a much sharper angle, I could totally do that, but it just didn't work. So I think the only piece that I goofed up when I was drawing was this frontis piece. So this piece right here, and this is 2 pieces of paper that I glued together. And because the back piece is pretty easy. I mean, this is just 12 centimeters across. These tabs need to be reduced on the sides to about 7 millimeters, or a little under that, maybe 5. Although I'm thinking that I instead now, because I was making some notes, I think that instead of having the tabs on the side, I'm going to have the tabs on this front piece, because it goes into a corner. So theoretically, no one's going to see these sides, and have the tabs come around the sides. Because you can see here I left these for now. if this is going to go into a corner and be like attached, no one's going to see this. And especially if I put like a little ornamental piece with a little finial kind of thing, because I think these were kind of like, I think of like colonial, American colonial interior design would have these kinds of little cabinets in them, showing off your fancy stuff. But for me, the big thing was making sure I got the drawers right. And this is not correct, because it's about 3 millimeters longer on this side than this side. 2.5, maybe 3 millimeters too long. But for the purposes of proof of concept, you know, I don't think it's too bad. I mean, the drawers work. There is a little bit of a problem you can see here, where I think they're just a little too wide and I need to knock them back about a millimeter, maybe about a millimeter. They're just a tiny bit too big. And then I need to make sure that, of course, that these all line up. But I think that worked out really well. And I have to say the part that took me the longest to figure out was the drawer construction, because I was like, I was going way too, like, I don't know how to put it. When you can see here, when I'm mapping this out, I have, this is the bottom of the drawer, this is the side, and these are the tabs that will be attached here and here and here. And it's far easier to do it this way, because for some reason I kept thinking that my brain was telling me that this wasn't going to be here anymore. So the concept of just putting these corners, these really tiny little bits here, and I'm like, it's not going to work, it's not going to work, it's not going to work. Oh, look, it works. For some reason that was throwing me. And this is the smaller version. So on this one, you can see what I did was, I'm so used to doing drawers that have 4. I put 2 tabs on one end, and I was looking at it, I was like, this is really wrong. And it's like, oh, because this one is supposed to have a tab on it, not this one. It'll make for a stronger drawer. So I think, I mean, I've got a workable concept here, so it can go together. It just needs to be drawn up, and I think I'd like to try a version where I put one drawer in, and I don't know, maybe 2 little cabinet doors, which I think would look super, super cute. But the problem with this one, like I said, is it needs to be odds. I've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Wrong. 1, 2, 3, 1. Or 1, 2. So this one would just move up a little bit more, and then this one would just go away. So that reduces it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the triangles that would need to go in for a corner cabinet. So yeah, that's what I did today. A little proof of concept, just to make sure that I can actually figure it out and do it. And giving my eyes a bit of a break, but giving my brain something to do. I think that's another thing for me. I need to be able to sit down and figure stuff out. Yeah, these were the sketches for the shelves that my really cool gifted Lego minifigs go on. So, you know, for me, doing this is so much more rewarding than sitting down and doing a Sudoku or a word puzzle. I don't want to do that. I want to mess with things. I need to figure out, how do I get, for me, how can I make the art that I want to make with the stuff that I can lay my hands on immediately, because I'm instant gratification girl. How do I make this out of the carton board and paper that I've got right here, and the glue, and a couple of other supplies. Can I do it? Well, the answer would appear to be yes. So, and I thought it was interesting that I went from super curvy stuff that was, in the last video telling you that was kind of making me a little nutty, and then all of a sudden going to something that is like nothing but angles, and how I can kind of fudge it a little bit with a curve. You can't fudge it with angles. You just can't. I can't fudge it with a right angle. So yeah, I still want to do this one too. I will figure out how to do this one because I like this one a lot. What else is in here? I want to do that one too. I did figure out the bed, and this is part of the plans for the upcoming house with this kind of roof, and I have other things that I want to do in there. What's it called? I forget what kind of roof this is called. Because you know me, I do research. So yeah, this is the stuff I want to figure out. So I hope everybody had a really nice and relaxing Sunday, because I did. I had a very nice one. I got blueberry pancakes. And oh yeah, it's the last day. It's last day of August. So I hope that everyone had a really nice last day of August. It was very nice here. We didn't turn on a single fan or a single air conditioner. Well, that was great. And I had blueberry pancakes. And I got to make art. Yeah, life's not too bad. In my immediate, tiny, little, ultra-protected bubble. So thank you, patrons, for sticking around and watching my videos. And I will see you in the next video.